Hey, this is Coach Marcus for Pro Fan Talk, and the big question is, does Jalen Hurts have to give up the run to be a better passer? Let's get it. What's going on, folks? Coach Marcus, Pro Fan Talk. The hot topics right now. Is Jalen Hurts going to have to give up the run, give up the RPO to be a better quarterback going into the 2023 season? It's like the run versus the pass. Well, technically, it's not under his power. He's going to run the plays that they call. He's not at the level yet where he can call his own plays on the field. He's getting there, and I think he will be there before it's all said and done. But right now, he's not that guy. Jalen Hurts, he's a dual threat quarterback. He's a unique player who can beat you with his arm or his legs. And I say or, and I use that term dual threat very cautiously, because when somebody says you're a dual threat quarterback, that means you can't throw the ball. If you're dual threat, that means your passing ability is very low. So you got to bail yourself out running around everybody because nobody accounts for the quarterback. That's where that comes from in the past. You look at Michael Vick's first couple years in the league, he could run past everybody, but his passing percentage was garbage. Eventually it got better. You get those quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks coming from whatever college system they were in, that ran the ball first, or that ran RPOs, or whatever the situation was. You got to come in the league and learn how to be a quarterback. Jalen Hurts has done it better than almost anybody. If you're going to take away those RPOs, is that going to hamper his abilities? I don't think so. And I say that because I saw what he did last year throwing the ball. We still ran the RPOs, and we benefited from them. Jalen Hurts, for all intent and purposes, could have eclipsed that 4,000 yard mark. That's pretty much the bar for an NFL level quarterback. You got to get to 4,000 yards, and everything else falls by the wayside. The way we did it, the way he was running the RPOs, and the way he was scoring all those touchdowns, you can't take that away from him. Now, if you take away his running game, is that going to limit his effectiveness as a quarterback? Right now, based on what I saw last year, I don't think so. He ran the plays that were called. He will have more passing attempts, and there will be more running attempts going into this year. Both things can happen. What I think is going to happen is he's going to have more pass attempts, and the running backs are going to have more rushing attempts. The X factor is we have to get rid of the RPOs. The reason why we have to get rid of the RPOs is because the RPOs are now going to put Jalen Hurts in danger. I will always reference that Chicago game. That is going to happen again if we continue to run him like we have in the past. That's the one thing Brian Johnson has to do better than Shane Steichen. You have got to limit those RPOs. You can run the ball with Jalen Hurts. He's going to get himself out of trouble at least maybe 4 or 5 times a game. That's not a scheduled run. But you can't call RPOs 17 times a game or something like that. You can't do that. He can't be running the ball that many times. Jalen Hurts ran the ball 9 times or more. I believe it was 11 out of 17 games. And he ran the ball 15 times at least. I want to say 4 times last year. We have to be able to limit that, especially the RPOs. Again, if nobody's open and he takes off and gets a first down, I'm not counting that. You do what the play tells you to do. If nobody's open and everybody's dropped back and the nearest defender is 15 yards down the field because he's covering your tight end or your X receiver, you take off, you get the first down, move the sticks, and we'll keep it moving. But when he's sticking the ball in the running back's gut and looking at the defensive end to figure out if he's going to pull it or give it, that's an RPO. And he puts himself in danger. And basically what happened was in Chicago, eventually somebody caught up to him and they put a lick on him. And it really wasn't even a big hit. It was the fact that he got his hands around him and brought the full weight on the tackle. And you can't say nothing about that because he's a running back now. That's the problem. He's going to take hits different as a running back than he would as a quarterback in the pocket. You can't risk him. So the RPOs have got to come down. As good as our offensive line is, our offensive line is the best in the league. Top 3. Run the ball with the running backs. For some reason, we did not want to do that last year. Miles Sanders was in a good rhythm, but they never wanted him to just go off. They would never give him like 17, 20, 25 carries in the game. They just wouldn't do it. And the way our offensive line was last year, we could have done that. This year, you got to do that. You got to protect Jalen Hurts. You done gave him the money, so now you got to give him the chance to earn it. So the best thing that you could do is take that offensive line that we have and run the ball with the running backs. You can still have X amount of rushes per game, but let the running backs do them. That's what we pay them for. I don't want to have to worry about Jalen Hurts getting hurt next year because they ran 15 RPOs in a game. That can't happen. It can't happen. The one thing that happens when you give your franchise quarterback that type of money now is you got to treat him like a franchise quarterback. And you cannot put your franchise quarterback in harm's way. So you got to figure out another way. The obvious way to do it is run the ball with your running back. We got a stable of running backs in our running back room this year. There is no excuse. Kenny Gainwell's coming back after a very productive year. Rashad Penny is a beast when he's healthy. And DeAndre Swift is a beast when he's healthy. So we got the running back room to put this to work. You ask any offensive line in the league and they want to run block because it defeats and demoralizes the defensive line and it gives your offense momentum. Jalen Hurts has proven that he can beat you with his arm. He did that a few games last year. He can beat you with his arm. And that's the key. You can't be in a situation where if they stop the run, you don't know what's going to happen. But they can't do that because he can drop back and he can pick you apart. Now you got teams that have a whole year's worth of tape on the RPO. And they are going to figure out a way to stop Jalen Hurts. Normally, if you run an RPO, normally what you would do is you would put somebody on the quarterback and you would say, hit the quarterback regardless of what he does. If he keeps the ball, he's getting blasted. If he gives it up, he's getting blasted. They can take the effectiveness of the RPO off the table if they just put all it takes is one hit on the quarterback. Jalen Hurts has shown me that he can beat you with his arm. They got to take that and use it as an advantage. The RPOs are not going anywhere. The amount we run them must be limited. That has to come down. And the opportunities for our running backs to touch the ball must go up. The touches have to go up and the rushes have to go up. The touches, you can put Kenny Gainwell or DeAndre Swift in a pass pattern, get the mismatch on the linebacker, and we'll be better for it. The rushes, you got to drop back and hand the ball off to your running back. That's what I'm talking about, the rush. So there's no misunderstanding. No, this is not an RPO, nothing like that. Give the ball to the running back. That's what you pay him to do, and keep the quarterback out of harm's way. Jalen is only going to get better as a passer. We've got to think of him more in that vein how Russell Wilson was when he first came. Russell used to run the ball, get what he needed to get his butt on the ground and get back to the huddle. Took what the defense gave him, and that was it. But he could beat you with his arm. That's the situation we are in right now. He can do it. We know he can pass. He can pass with accuracy. He can throw the ball on time, and he can put some power on the ball if he want to go deep. You saw all the stuff that came out about him being one of the best deep ball passers in the league. Great. He's a good deep ball thrower, and we've got the receivers that you can throw the deep ball to. Everybody can't say that. So we got to take advantage of this situation as we have it right now. Protect Jalen Hurts, give the ball to the running back, and let them do what you pay them to do. That's going to be the best thing that we can do for Jalen Hurts going forward. If you like this content, please subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next play. Peace.